I'd like to describe a very specific challenge that you've probably experienced. I think you'll recognize it immediately. Let's say you're in a lecture or you're in some sort of seminar or long meeting, and someone says something that's really important. It's genuinely interesting, something that you want to make sure that you don't forget. So you start to write it down. But while you're writing it down, they say the next thing, and you miss the next thing. So now you're all of a sudden running a deficit. You're 3 words behind, a sentence behind, and you're consciously having to make a choice whenever somebody says something that you wanted to write down, whether you're going to write it down or pay attention to the person. You can listen or you can write, but it's pretty hard to do both at the same time, or at least to do both at the same time well. And it gets a little bit worse because you might wind up having a ton of notes that you take out of a lecture or seminar with you. You don't remember really making the notes. You don't really remember the conversation. Just have this set of artifacts. You don't really remember doing anything with them. You've captured the words, but you've lost the thinking. You've taken notes, but you don't really have anything that you can hang on to. It could be simple. It could be something just like the way that the person expressed something in the meeting doesn't work well on a written page. And I've watched really great students do this for years. Everybody that I've worked with, it's something that you see all the time. And I've done it myself. Well, today I want to show you a tool that solves at least one half of that problem completely. And then I'll tell you an honest truth about the other half that we need to make sure that we're aware of. Nobody will tell you what the other half is. Now, the tool itself is called Blue Dot. And I do want to tell you that they are sponsoring this video. They reached out to me to review the software that they have. It's very interesting software. But the deal I make with any sponsor is that my opinion will not change, even if there's a sponsor involved, because it's very important that we understand the capabilities of a tool and how it can help us. So I'll show you what it does. I'll show you where it does things very well. And I'll show you a couple of things that I think are important because you have to do things in order to get the value from the tool. So I did a lot of testing this week with it, so I'll tell you how we use it and when we don't use it. And one of the things that I think is most important is that a tool cannot make you learn. Only you can make that possible. You need to use the tool to help you with the learning. The tool will not do the learning for you. But what you can do after using this tool is very powerful, and that's what I'm going to teach you. Now, what Blue Dot is at a surface level is an AI note-taking tool. But it does a lot more than that, and I'll demonstrate that and specifically demonstrate how it works with learning. But there's something we have to get out of the way because this is a question that a lot of people are going to ask. There's a lot of concern that using AI to take notes or even using your keyboard to take notes isn't as effective as handwritten notes. People feel that handwriting notes results in a better outcome. And that's a very serious question because I myself actually used to believe this. I used to think this was the case, that handwriting was a better way to take notes and that it created a connection that allowed you to learn more effectively. The idea is that these handwritten notes would somehow be more effective. But a lot of us have pages and binders full of handwritten notes, but we can't just go back and explain the things that we wrote down easily to another human. So there's something that's mismatched here. And the famous study that everyone quotes is by Mueller and Oppenheimer, which was in 2014. The study was called "The Pen is Mightier Than the Keyboard." The pen is mightier than the keyboard. And it said that longhand notes beat laptop notes. That paper's everywhere. It's everywhere you go to faculty development workshops all over the world. And I actually have that in some of my own content. The problem is that the study didn't replicate. In 2019, Moorhead, Dunlosky, and Rawson ran that experiment again. And some of the trends leaned towards longhand, but performance did not consistently differ between the two groups, those that used handwriting, those that used laptop keyboards, including a group that took no notes at all. And when they delayed the test by 2 days, note-taking made no difference at all. So their own conclusion was that deciding which method is superior, and this is a quote from that study, it was premature. Then, in 2022, Uri and a very large team ran a direct replication and landed in the exact same place. So their title, I'm not making this up, this is the title of their study, was "Don't Ditch the Laptop Just Yet." So for myself, I was thinking, well, If we have two studies that kind of conflict with each other, one a little bit older, a couple that are a little bit newer, really what we have to do is ask ourselves, what does it take to actually learn from the notes that we either take ourselves or that we take through typing or that we take through an AI note taker? And this is a very interesting thing. It was really the studying that made the difference. But then the question is, how can we get to the studying a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, and with maybe a little bit more fidelity and accuracy? And that's really interesting to me because I think that's where an AI note taker can be very powerful. So when it comes to notes, there's another study that's very important by DeVestra and Gray in 1972. So it's quite some time ago. It was built on a proper framework by Kenneth Coursera at the end of the 80s. So there's some studies that are pre sort of AI and computers. And that's on notes themselves. Notes do two entirely separate jobs. Job one is encoding. That's the learning that happens in the moment of taking the note and then deciding what matters and what's important, compressing it, putting it into your own words. That work actually changes your brain while you're engaging with the learning. But job two is the external storage. Just having a record so that you can come back to it. Basically a filing cabinet that's outside of your head. We've seen a lot of this on the internet, the concept of a second brain. The whole idea is that these are two different ways of learning. And almost every argument about note-taking are people talking past each other because they haven't separated these. So when we're talking about note-taking, there's learning that occurs at the time you're taking the note, and there's learning that occurs after the fact through that artifacting, that second brain. And that's very important because an AI note-taker doesn't actually take notes. What it does is it captures and builds a very good external store. You need to come back and do encoding on that external store, which is basically taking notes of what you captured. But what's really interesting about an AI note taker is you can be present in the moment while the conversation is occurring. So you just don't want to record everything and review it later because a rereading is actually not a very good study methodology. So it's not just about taking notes and rereading, which is a very ineffective study technique. It's about the two types of study techniques that are really at the top of learning, which is practice testing and distributed practice. And those are very important because Blue Dot can help us with both practice testing and distributed practice. We can use it in order to allow AI to take not really notes, but to capture what it is that's being said in a lecture or being said in a meeting, and then that will be the storage of the information. I can then go in, pull notes, do things like practice and retrieval, and really get great learning out of this. So let's go ahead and take a look. It's a long preamble into Blue Dot, but it's very important to understand that when it comes to using a tool like an AI note taker, especially one as effective as Blue Dot, it's really important to look at how we can use it in a way that helps us learn. So Blue Dot really allows me to capture meetings on multiple devices and multiple applications. So I can use it when I'm using a Zoom call. I can use it when I'm using Microsoft Teams. I can use it on my iPhone. I can even use it on my iPad. And that's a real game changer for me because a lot of times if I'm in an in-person meeting, I like to have my iPad with me. Now, with it, let's take a look first at how it works within a Teams meeting. But with the tool, I'm going to get a lot of features. For example, I can even record my screen. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But again, this video is more about capturing our lecture notes so that we can use them as a learning tool. So here, we're going to have a meeting in our Teams meeting here. You'll notice that when I go into the meeting, camera and everything is turned off at the moment here. But I can go in, I'll join this meeting. And now I have a meeting, and notice that a meeting has been detected by Blue Dot. So now I'll go in, close the meeting link, but I'll start capturing this meeting. Now, this is a meeting of one, so it's capturing the meeting. I'm just talking myself. I'm talking about nothing really. So as I'm talking, it'll capture everything that I'm talking about, all the various participants that are in here. And I'll now have, once I finish this meeting, I'll have a nice AI transcript of everything that was discussed and talked about. I can then start working with that transcript. Now, the meeting would of course be much longer, and this is something that's very important when it comes to choosing Blue Dot over some other options. With Blue Dot, you can actually record longer meetings and longer lectures. It's very important when you're looking at an AI note taker to ensure that the plan that you have can handle the amount of lecture that you have. If you have a 2-hour lecture or a 3-hour meeting, these are very common for students. These may be much less common in a business setting. Nobody's going to be in a 2-hour business meeting, generally speaking. But in a lecture, it could be very much over a 90-minute time frame, and that becomes very important to ensure that the AI note taker we're using, like Blue Dot, can handle those extended lectures. And it's important not just to be able to handle a single session that's long, but that the accumulated amount of sessions you record within a month handles the amount of time you need. A good example of that is with students, you're in meetings all the time. You might have 2 or 3 lectures per day over the course of a week, over the course of a month. So if you start adding up, 90 minutes here, 2 hours here, 90 minutes here, that's going to add up into quite a lot of recording that's required. So you want to make sure that the plan you have will cover the amount of recording that you need to do. Now, with Blue Dot, you can try it out for a little bit, see if it meets your needs. But when you go on to one of the plans that allows you to record for longer periods of time and have more recorded content, that's going to make a big difference. Now, that particular Teams meeting was pretty short, so I've opened up another meeting where I actually recorded part of a podcast that I did. So this is a little bit longer of a meeting. You can see here, I've got a much larger transcript in here. A little bit more happened in this meeting. Notice that it gives me a nice overview. I can even push this out into Notion, which is great if I want to collect, again, that second brain or that, putting together my study materials in that external storage in here. It does go through and generate some action items for me, some different topics that are in here for this particular recording. I can even play back the recording at a faster speed so that I can listen to it if I'm taking notes or want to revisit the material. That's really helpful if there's a section of the recording or the meeting that somebody was emphasizing a point. That can be really hard to capture in a static note. Now, another thing that I really like here is I can search the transcript. So if I'm in a lecture that's a longer period of time, let's say a 60-minute or a 90-minute lecture, and let's say that lecture covers 5 aspects of a subject, I can go in and I can find the particular area where maybe I didn't quite understand. I was paying attention because I had the AI note taker going in and generating the transcript, but I was paying attention, but I really want to work with that material a bit more. And speaking of working with the material, I can go into an AI chat. So in this case here, you can see that it keeps a history of my chat. So with this particular one, I asked it, can you tell me 3 things that were discussed to make sure that I understood them? And what it did is it actually went in, I said, test me on it. So it actually generated a test, and I'm able to go through and test myself and get that higher level of learning because I've not just captured what the material was with Blue Dot, but I've also gone in and I've actually have an AI chat to interact with that material after the event in order to make sure that I'm genuinely learning it. In fact, I wrote a book on learning effectively with AI, Learn with AI. And in that book, I talk about authentically using AI as a learning partner. Well, Blue Dot is a great example of getting that material into my second environment, my second brain, my Notion templates, whatever it is. But here I can directly start using the prompts that I use in that book to start doing things like spaced repetition, retrieval practice, interleaved practice. There's so many things that we can do now that I have this transcript of the meeting. It's extraordinarily useful. But Blue Dot does a lot more. And remember, these could all be captured on different devices. So as an example, this particular recording I did on my iPad. So I actually used my iPad. I opened up my iPad while that podcast was playing, while I was in the lecture, while I was in the meeting, and I captured all of the audio on my iPad. I then took that and created it here, which I can now see through my account on my desktop. So it travels from device to device with me. That's very powerful. But what if I'm a faculty member and I want to capture my lectures? This is an incredibly powerful thing to be able to do for your students. We may have students that have different types of accommodations. We may have students that are in a certain subject area where I know that they will be coming back to me with the same question again and again. Well, one of the things that we can do is actually screen recording. So the way that I record my screen is if I go into my Blue Dot extension here, you'll notice that I can go in, I can have screen recording, I can use a camera. Now in my case, I'm using my camera in order to film this video, but I could choose a camera in here, whatever camera that I might like, and I can go back to my extension here. I can go in and choose my microphone as well. So you can connect up to another microphone. This happens to be my phone. And I can go in and choose to go video, audio. I set up my languages. That's another cool thing. There's a lot of things about Blue Dot that are interesting. Again, this isn't a feature video. It's a learning with Blue Dot video. But if I go in and I start recording, I will now be able to go in. Now, you'll see that it gives me a warning about headphones. Make sure that I share the system audio, but I'm okay here for the demonstration. I can record, well, go to the next screen, and I can record the entire screen, a specific window of the screen, a specific tab within Chrome. So this gives me the ability to go in and choose specifically what it is that I might like to record. So I'll say the entire screen. I can now start recording my screen. It'll give me the ability to go through. It takes a countdown, and now I'm recording my screen. I'm actually double recording my screen because I'm recording myself recording my screen, but you can see here it'll go through when I stop sharing. It'll actually go in, creates a transcript. That was a very short share of this particular screen here, but all my screen recordings will be saved for me. This is very useful if I need to explain a concept. Maybe I'm in a team meeting, so maybe as part of my studying, we're in a group and we need to share ideas with each other, or if I'm an instructor or a faculty member and there are certain things like a PowerPoint presentation that I'd like to record, that's how quickly I can record it. Not just the screen, but also the additional transcript and all the things that we can do with Blue Dot. Now, when it comes to the different plans that you can get with Blue Dot, really for me, the Pro plan was a sweet spot. It really met all of my needs because it gave me unlimited duration as well as unlimited meetings. If you look at the basic plan, you do get unlimited meetings, you do get unlimited storage. Now the meetings are audio only, which might be sufficient for you, but you can only have a 1 hour max per meeting. I really like the idea of the unlimited duration around each meeting. Now, if you're doing a lot more, you can get into the business plan, but that's where you're using the AI more for a business environment, not necessarily a study environment. It really depends on what meets your specific needs. You can, of course, save money by going with an annual plan, and that can be quite a significant savings. When you integrate an AI note taker, when you integrate Blue Dot into your study habits, it can be an incredibly effective tool because it can be used to help you with some of the activities that can be time-consuming or even impossible without a tool like Blue Dot. You can take that transcript, but please don't just take the transcript, reread it, and think that you've learned something. It's actually the most ineffective way of learning. Take the transcript that was generated, use the AI chat feature, have it ask you questions about what you learned, do your own summary, and then use the transcript to test that summary to see how accurate you were and to see how much learning you've actually accomplished. This will help you learn way more effectively. And if you're a faculty member, think about the features like capturing your lectures, pulling out the information that's really important for your students, helping create summaries and study guides, things that you wish you could do more of but often don't have the time to do, even recording your PowerPoint lectures so that students have an artifact that they can use to help with good study techniques. Now, if you're interested in getting Blue Dot, I will put a link down below, all of those good things that we do here on YouTube. And if you have any questions about the tool, put them down in the comments or comments on how you use AI note-taking in order to get a better learning experience. It is something that, with a lot of information coming at us, any tools that we can use to help us do some capturing and then go through them in a structured, meaningful way can really help us with our learning and with our teaching. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.